You've got a baby, you want to work out, but you don't have the time, you can't get to the gym, and you don't know what exercises you can do that can actually help you keep muscle balance and keep your body feeling good and moving well for the rest of your life. So in this video, I'm going to show you a simple workout that you can do with your baby that'll keep your muscles balanced. I'm Matt Shu from Upright Health, where we help you think right, move right, and feel right. I'm joined today by my little buddy, Connor Shu. Hey buddy, good, way to smile on cue. And he's gonna help me show you a simple workout that'll help you exercise your body in a healthy, nutritious way and will help you maintain solid muscle balance and strength. And you'll get stronger and stronger and stronger as your baby gets heavier and heavier. If you're like me, you may be running into some common issues. You may find yourself stuck in hunchback posture. You may find yourself sitting all darn day like this, just staring at your baby, trying to feed him, do all those parenting things. So this workout is going to show you a couple of things that'll help fight the trend and fight against the pattern that you're stuck in with your baby. So the first thing we're going to work on, you're going to have to let go, Connor, let go. Gotcha, okay. So what we're gonna start with first is just getting our hips awake and then getting our back muscles and the posterior shoulder muscles a little bit stronger. So what we're gonna do is start off with a hip hinge, and then we're gonna hang out in this position, and then we're gonna retract the shoulder blades and then pull the baby up. So this is like doing a barbell row, except it's with a much more expensive barbell, and it's also much lighter than your standard gym barbell. And it will probably last longer than a normal barbell. So what we're doing is we're essentially training our posterior hip muscles to maintain this position. You want to make sure the spine is nice and straight. You don't want to go into a big kyphosis. You don't want to be overarched. That's also, we don't want this huge curve in your lower back. We want to keep it basically in a more neutral position. You may need a camera or a mirror to help you get that sorted out. We have videos on the hip hinge if you want to check those out, but you want to get as close to neutral as you can. Maintain that, hold on to your baby, pull the shoulders back, row. Pull the shoulders back, row. Oh. So sometimes this little guy doesn't like being held horizontal, sometimes he loves it. Let's try it this way and see if he likes it this way. So here, nope, it doesn't like it that way. So if your baby doesn't like being horizontal, another option is to just grab behind the knees, and then it's the same exercise, but you start running into the head. So you can kind of play with it a little bit, move them around. You can adjust here. The thing you want to do with your shoulders is make sure the shoulder blades initiate the motion. And then when you're at the top position, you're not letting the shoulder dump forward. You want the shoulder to stay, the arm relative to the rib cage, to stay pretty much in the same parallel position to the floor. So it's, whoops, it's here, not here, right? You're not shrugging the shoulders up towards your ears and tilting your shoulders into anterior tilt. Okay, so that is exercise number one. Once you've done between 8 to 15 or 20, if you're much stronger, I know that's so many. What we can do is work on a pressing motion and an actual deadlift motion together. So we're gonna start with our child here. We're gonna lift up, bring him to our chest, and then up overhead. Yeah, and he loves that. Then you can hinge, bring him up to the chest, and then up overhead. Now his feet get in my way, so sometimes I can't quite get the weight all the way up so that my arms are right next to my ears. Like I want to get my arms just straight up, right? So I think he's cut off right now, so here you go. So like that, we're trying to get the arms right by the sides of my head, but with the legs, sometimes I just cheat that, and this is as close as I can get. And that's fine, you know, when we're dealing with a baby workout, we're not trying to get perfection, but we're trying to get as close to what we want as possible. So we can get here if you can, if your baby is cooperative. You can do it standing. You can do this with the whole hinge like I was just showing, right? You come up, bring them up, and then whee, up overhead. If your back and your butt and hamstrings are a little bit too tired from doing the first rowing motion in the beginning, then you can just take a knee like I'm doing here. This actually helps you also maintain a more neutral pelvis position in case you have a tendency towards anterior tilt. I know. And then you just go up overhead like that. So then it's just a pressing motion. Just watch the feet. Make sure you've trimmed your baby's nails. Right? So again, you can do 8 to 15 of those. Again, with any exercise that you ever do, if it feels like it's a super challenging intensity, then you can do less. You don't have to do 8 to 12 or 15. You can do 3. You just want to gradually work within your current limitations and build up being comfortably able to do a little bit more. Okay, so now we've gone through 2 exercises. The third exercise is going to be a little bit of a squatting motion. So this is going to be a little challenging for some of you. You want to make sure you can do a proper body weight squat and feel stable before you start doing it with a baby. If you can't do a full body weight squat without a baby, then you want to get that dialed in first. If you are still going to try to do the squat while holding a baby, then make sure you limit the range of motion and limit the variables so that if you lose balance, you have a wall that you could lean on, or you have a seat behind you to make sure you and the baby don't go crashing to the floor. Okay, so we are going to just do some offset squats, right? So we've got baby in one arm and then we go down. So rather than having the weight, i.e. the baby, symmetrical, we're gonna just offset a little bit off to one side and just get used to squatting with that asymmetrical load. Now, why would we wanna do that? Well, you're a human being, you should be able to do a lot of different things. This is gonna help you stabilize with some abdominal muscles on one side, right? You're gonna get obliques, you're gonna get your QL, you'll get your abs, your core muscles to help keep you stable as you squat. You'll be working your leg muscles asymmetrically, and you'll be working your arm and shoulder muscles while this little guy squirms. You can play around with different holds, maybe here to get your deltoids a little bit more, here for your biceps more, right? And then be sure to switch sides. So when you're first starting out, maybe you want to do 3 with your baby on one side and then 3 with your baby on the other side. And again, you can play with the holds. If you want, you could try to also hold your baby. If you want to be symmetrical, hold the baby way out and go for the squat that way. So just from the side view, right? Ideally keeping the heels down, right? And if you need help with your squat, be sure to check out our video on the squat and how to do that correctly. You'll find the link in the cards and probably in the description box as well. Okay, so that is 3 simple exercises that you can do with a baby. Now, how to work these together really depends on your fitness level and how you're feeling and what you feel like you can do safely. So if you're just starting out, you don't really feel that comfortable with your strength levels and your fitness levels, then what you can do is do 1 set of the first exercise, take 30 seconds to a minute to even 2 minutes of rest. Just recover a little bit, and then move on to the next exercise. Do it for 1 set, take another rest, 30 to 90 seconds, maybe even 2 minutes. Then move on to the next exercise. That's if you're comfortable with all of these motions as I've shown them to you. If you feel like, man, these exercises are all kind of weird, I don't really know what's going on, then what you can do is focus on just 1 exercise. Maybe do the first exercise, hi buddy, do 3 sets, give yourself break in between, right? Do 1 set, take a break, 30 to 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, do another set of the same one, rest, do another set of the same one, then move on to the next exercise, right? So I know your actual life can be a little bit tough to schedule all these things. So do what you can do, get in a little bit here and there, just so that you're stimulating your body to grow, to build a little bit of strength over time. You don't have to get everything done in one workout, but maybe spread it out throughout the day, maybe in the morning, right after you feed him, or right after you get your baby down for a nap. You just do a little bit of exercise every day to make sure you keep getting stronger so you can keep up with a little monster like this guy. And if somehow you manage to get away from the baby so you can work out on your own, then you can use a dumbbell, use a weight, use a sack of rice, whatever you've got around to do the workout in a nice, slow, controlled way. Give yourself rest, go through 3 rounds. It was a pretty good guideline. 3 rounds, make sure you do every exercise correctly with good form. And then over time, as you get stronger, you feel like you're getting better and better at each exercise, then you can maybe add another round or add extra reps to each set. Just play around with it, keep it interesting for yourself. But in the meantime, if the baby's got you locked in, then take your time, do what you can, where you can, when you can, and just gradually build up your strength and competence. All right, parents, that's gonna do it for this video. If you need help with your hip hinge or your squat, be sure to check out the description box for helpful links. If you like this video, give us a like, right? Yeah, a like, give us a like. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any other future videos. And as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't. The heavier, the harder this is. Okay. Wrong.